It is Wednesday. It's looking cloudy there as we start in Indianapolis at 6 o'clock on your Wednesday morning. Although, as Lindsay's been sharing with us, maybe those clouds are kind of like a blanket for us this morning, allowing us to soak up the last little bit of mild temperatures before those temperatures drop. You've been warned. We've been telling you all week to enjoy the warmer temperatures to start, but we're glad you're with us here on 13 Sunrise. I'm Julia, along with Julia and Lindsay on your Wednesday.
Yeah, and we saw some people running there outdoors this morning. It's not a bad morning for that. If it's your job to walk the dog this morning or take out the trash, get the kids out. Mild and really no weather issue, I guess.
I know, we're getting so lucky. Usually us early risers, we have to deal with the coldest part of the day, and it's usually a tough go of it, but it's actually the best part of the day, in my opinion, out there right now, because we're awaiting a cold front. It's gonna bring some drastic changes to central Indiana, and that includes a drop in temperatures from near 50, where we were at midnight, back into the 20s later today. And also you see some of that snow approaching that Indiana-Michigan border. That round of precip is headed in our direction. So there's a couple things that we're gonna notice today. We are noticing already falling temps. Mentioned we were at 49 at midnight. We are now down to 43, starting to see a change in our wind direction, but check out Chicago, now down to 39. Wausau, Wisconsin has dropped 4 degrees since we came on the air at 4 o'clock this morning. So that colder air to our northwest, it's already starting to push in our direction. We've got a southwest wind still technically out at the airport right now with that overcast sky, which is keeping everything pretty moderate. We're going to watch this, though. I believe very soon we're going to see that southwest wind become more of a northwest wind. And at that point, we start to tap into that colder air mass. We're going to fall back near freezing by the lunch hour today. Light rain changes to light snow, and we could see some slick spots as we fall back into the 20s later on this afternoon. We'll talk more about this wintry pattern moving in. But first, want to get you updated. From the east side this morning, we are following some backed up traffic because of some construction we've got going on out on I-70 in the eastbound direction. So you can see here, crews out working, got some flashing lights along I-70. This is near Cumberland Road. This is where that lane is closed, and it does look like they've got that right travel lane blocked. And because of that, in this zone here, things are running a little slower than they should be. Check it out. This is near Mithofer Road, I-70, again, eastbound I-70. So this is leaving town. I'll show you where this is located on a map because we do have some red in our traffic flow all the way from about Mount Comfort Road back to Post Road. We're seeing some of that stop and go traffic. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. I'll let you know when that construction zone clears and that delay also clears out. Guys?
Lindsay, thank you. And we begin with breaking news this morning from the Indiana State House. A Democratic lawmaker there says he is running for Congress.
State Senator J.D. Ford says that he is filing paperwork today to run for the 5th Congressional District. Ford has held leadership roles in the state Senate, most recently as Minority Whip. He also serves on 8 committees.
Ford talked exclusively with our Emily Longnecker about his plans moving forward and says he's been approached by constituents saying they'd like to see him in Washington.
We need to have leaders to go to Congress, compassionate public servants, to go to Congress and push back on this administration, as well as continue to fight for everyday Hoosiers. You know, that's what I've been doing in the state Senate for these past couple of years.
Ford currently represents Senate District 29, which includes parts of Boone, Hamilton, and Marion counties. Now, some of the 5th Congressional District does overlap with that area.
As we reported yesterday on Sunrise, incumbent Congresswoman Victoria Spartz has already announced that she's running again. She represented the 5th District and has done so since 2021.
Well, owning a home in Indiana seems to be getting harder and harder to afford.
According to the real estate site Redfin, the median sale price for a home in Indiana is about $269,000. It's more than 2% higher than last year, and those prices keep getting higher. So now, some Indiana lawmakers are proposing a bill to bring that cost down.
Marina Silva is live at our State House this morning with what that bill would actually mean for people still trying to have that American dream. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. Well, this bill is a priority for House Republicans. They want more people buying homes here in Indiana. And to do that, they're proposing to roll back on some of those local regulations that we all know can get pretty costly. So House Bill 1001 reduces restrictions from local governments, which could essentially make it easier for developers to build homes. It would also increase oversight of local housing decisions. This way, the state can get a better understanding when a builder is denied from an area. Supporters say fewer regulations could mean faster builds, lower costs, and more options for people struggling to buy their first home. Republican State Representative Doug Miller told lawmakers on the local government committee that the bill would help with Indiana's housing shortage.
As we debate which provisions to amend, I urge you to keep in mind that young adults need starter homes. And statistically, right now in the state of Indiana, young adults, first-time home buyers, are waiting until they're 40-plus years of age to move into the market. That's a challenge as well for a lot of price points.
Lawmakers against the bill argue parts of the bill could undermine local government control and change the look of a neighborhood if design standards like roof styles or exterior materials are banned. So the public does have a chance to give their thoughts on this bill next week about whether or not they think it'll help with housing shortage here in Indiana. Live from the State House, Marina Silva, 13 News.
All right, Marina, thank you. Well, tonight, I want to remind you, Governor Mike Braun will deliver the annual State of the State address. We'll air that for you live here on Channel 13 and also stream it for you on WTHR Plus. It starts at 7:30 this evening, which means Jeopardy will air on MeTV, Channel 13.3.
This morning, we now know the name of the father who died after crashing into a retention pond on the northeast side. 28-year-old Deshaun Sims was killed and his two children are recovering. This is video of the response to that crash just after midnight yesterday on Pendleton Way. That's near Pendleton Pike and I-465. 4 IMPD officers pulled that family from that fully submerged car. First responders performed CPR on one of the children. Both are said to be stable as of this morning, but police are continuing their investigation. IndyGo riders might be feeling the difference in their wallets after fare increases are now in effect this year.
Yeah, IndyGo says most of their riders know about the changes by now, but it is still getting mixed reaction, which is understandable. 2 weeks ago, IndyGo increased the daily, weekly, and 2-hour unlimited fare for riders. They say raising the prices will keep up with operating costs.
So here's what one rider had to say about the changes and how IndyGo feels about these reactions.
We don't have the income right now. We're fighting just like them to take this bus. So that dollar increase, that matters. Every penny matters.
We're always going to have some who are unhappy about it, and we understand that. But, I think from our safety as a top priority perspective, we are pleased to see that we have had very few incidents of riders, really being unhappy about these fares.
IndyGo says they also plan to phase out some of their passes later this year. They are encouraging riders to save money by using the MyKey app or buying a physical card and taking advantage of the monthly fare caps. Down to 5 days now when IU takes on Miami in the College Football National Championship.
So before the Hoosiers head to Miami, we're hearing from the players. Anna Chalker is in studio with us this morning of what they're looking forward to as the days are leading up to the big game. They've got to be excited.
They are, and I'm sure they've got those jitters, but they agree with the fans that this moment is historic and surreal. But they say they still have to stay in the mindset that they've had all season long. And even though IU will be playing on Miami's home turf, the Hoosiers will be the home team, sitting as the 1 seed in this game and are looking to be the favorites. This is something IU fans and the program have never seen, and the players say this is a moment that's not lost on them. They know that Miami will be a tough opponent, so they have to stay focused for the next week.
We're all focused on Miami. They're a great team that has a lot of weapons and a really good O-line, at least on the offensive side. So we have a lot to deal with and a lot to handle, but everything else will take care of itself, and you just got to win this game.
Easy enough, easy said than done. So if they do win, the team will be the first team since, get this, 1894 to go 16-0 and be undefeated. The team will head to the Sunshine State on Friday. Kickoff next Monday is at 7:30. We'll have crews there. We're ready for it. Now with this being a Monday night game, we all feel this. It's going to be tough for us to get to work on Tuesday, and it's going to be tough for the kids to get to school, but we're all going to be excited for it no matter what. But there are some kids that are like, hey, we're going to change that up for you guys on Tuesday. So we'll share kind of what they're doing for that coming up.
Okay, maybe see if I can get in on that.
Exactly.
Be
Yes.
added
Sign
to
the
list
petition.
and be
Yeah.
excused from work on Tuesday.
Yes.
Thank you, Anna.
Well, Hoosier Nation showed just how pumped they are for this game.
So tickets to Monday's watch party at Assembly Hall, they're almost sold out. In fact, all of the tickets were claimed about 2 hours after the official announcement. We're going to have all your coverage for the game right here on Channel 13 and WTHR+. Eli Gain, Dominic Miranda, and Samantha Johnson and Dustin Grove will be in Miami bringing you all that live coverage starting Friday.
You can watch them right here on Channel 13 and on WTHR+.
Federal prosecutors stepping down. The growing fallout this morning as ICE operations continue in Minnesota.
And a family planning to sue Indianapolis Public Schools, the treatment they say their child went through in the classroom.